Unfortunately, J. Cole got caught up in it, and I don't think the label forced him to do it. I just think he wanted to rap. He just was rapping with everybody. He did songs with Lil Yachty. He did songs with Bia. He did a lot of songs that you wouldn't expect him to be featured with, but he bodied, all of the verses, like I said, except for that Gucci Man joint. I didn't really feel that one. But, I think now I was upset with him doing the tour with Drake. Him, doing, yeah, they called it the biggest the what or whatever, but it was like, yo, you on Drake's tour. You on Drake's tour. You know what I'm saying? And that would have been ammo for Kendrick if Kendrick does respond. Says is that your tour, your man's tour? You know what I'm saying? Hit him with the back-to-back bars or something. You know what I'm saying? But that was always weird to me because and going back to Cole's contradictions, it's like, yo, you being too nice. You saying you Muhammad Ali. You say then stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Stop. But me and Drake is the Spider-Man meme. No, like no, you're not. You're number one, right? You said you're number one. There is no one next to you. You got to be that, which includes don't be opening act for somebody. Like, it's not a good look. Don't be the opening act for Drake. Don't be saying we want A and 1B, obviously. Yeah, actually, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it really, no. Stand on it. And that's what I think that's where Cole's biggest, I guess, fault would be. He wants to be the best, but he's not willing to ruffle feathers to get to the best. It's just like, just I'm the best. Nobody can mess with me. But I ain't gonna say no names or really go at nobody. I just want to just ball. You got to be able to stand on that and stand by that if someone calls you out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where he's ultimately now. Do we feel now? Does this take away from his 1, 2, 3, or you know what I'm saying? Is he 1? Is he 2? Is he 3? Does this change that?
Nah, the bars and the records and the music change that. So
Ro, you got him at 1?
For me right now, yeah. Because at the end of the day, I compartmentalize though. So like we could talk about all this. You shouldn't have done this. What did the record say? I'm only concerned with that. With any artist, to be honest. Like all this other stuff that people, he did this, he's corny for that or whatever. I can agree or disagree with those things. But when we press play and the records turn on, that's my critique. And that's how I measure anything when it comes to somebody who makes music.
Jared, you got him at 1?
Who?
Cole.
Oh, no.
You got him at 2?
I got him at 2.
So who's your 1?
Kendrick.
Gene, you got Cole at 1?
Yeah, still at 1. He's been on an incredible run. All the features, he did exactly what he said he was going to do, get on the feature and body it. And I listened to Mike Lee later today in the gym. Like, what he apologizing doesn't change what I heard coming through the speakers.
Like, I think it does, though. So I'm going to be honest. I think his apology does change what comes through the speakers because now it's not genuine. It's just rap. And that's cool. You can just rap, but you got, imaginary ops, imaginary guns. It taints it a little bit for me. It's just like a buffer on someone saying I'm the greatest rapper, but they got a ghostwriter.
Well, okay.
Your songs are nice, but that's you got an asterisk. And I think now for me, Cole gets a little asterisk because he doesn't stand on what he says.
So since you want to go that route, then that's the same thing that should be said about Drake forever.
And I agree. I agree.
Because even again, back to an earlier point I made, right? Yeah, J. Cole talks about getting on there and killing, but he always said kill on the same record together. He's never like playing nobody. Even when he little bro somebody, look at what he did to Wale, what he did to Kanye, what he did to Lil Pump. Even when he spoke about 6ix9ine, how they're bars, but they're constructive criticism bars, bro. That's the best way to call it. Constructive criticism bars. Those are different from straight airing somebody out bars. And he's always been like that. So for me, like obviously your opinion, I'm not gonna change that. But that's why for me it doesn't change because those bars are still impactful because he still has that type of demonstrative talk with that part of the arena.
Gene, what's your favorite basketball player?
Come
I
on,
was about
man.
to say the same thing.
Who's your favorite basketball player?
Oh my God, I'm
Come
about to say
on.
this.
Come on, man.
Who's your favorite basketball player?
Kobe Bean Bryant, bro.
Does his demonstrativeness, does he not back it up and
Yeah,
go
he
at
don't care
somebody?
about. Yeah, he don't care about nothing. All he care about was winning.
On his teammate, we on the same track, we on the same court together. What is it about?
Yeah, yeah, about winning.
So
Pass me the ball because I got it.
So, but I mean, but Gene can definitely don't equate Cole to Kobe. I doubt he ever did that.
well,
So it's like,
he got him at one.
but so everybody's one. They got to be number one for the same reason.
No, I'm not saying you have to be the exact. There's obviously more to it. However, that's a factor for me. That mindset, that killer instinct, that mentality, that Mamba mentality, that matters. And this is one of Cole's biggest faults. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to please everybody. Even making the song was to please people, and it wasn't what he felt. Like if it ain't in you, it ain't in you. But you gonna keep claiming the best, but you dealing with, you know what I'm saying? So to me, that's why I can't put him at number one.
I think his idea, and again, and this is apparent, his idea what makes him the best is different from your idea of what makes somebody the best.
And of course, his idea is what I rapped better than you on the song. That's one thing. But I also go back to the albums. We said earlier, does he have a classic? We all were like, does Kendrick have a classic?
But then that's equating. But then that's equating, because classic albums are about songs and bars.
Yes.
So I mean, so
however I'm just saying, however you want to grade it. I asked the question, it was a tough answer. But when I asked about Kendrick's, it was an easy answer.
But for me, because you don't, to me, having a classic album doesn't necessarily outright just make you the best now.
Again, not outright, but it's part of the checklist. So again, I gave you two things in the checklist: the mentality, the albums, like that goes into it.
That's again, this is how some people's checklists might not have classic albums at all, because rapping is an ability.
Does your checklist not have albums?
So what happened?
Does your checklist not have albums?
To be the best at rapping and the nicest? Not necessarily, no.
Gene, does your checklist not have albums?
Honestly, I got to think because I can understand what Rel's saying. But I'll say this, right? I think a whole body of work matters.
Absolutely.
However, how it matters.
Because if that's the case, we got to put Fab a little higher.
Right. That's what I was about to say. Like, if we talk about lyricism and bars, right? Then you got people like...
And I think that's what disconnect is. I'm thinking of best. That's what I'm thinking of. Now, you talk about best artists and see that. Cause I mean, from an album performance and album-wise, Kendrick already got Cole. As far as that's concerned. When it comes to album, for that case, Drake done smoked 1,000 people. So,
but now, what if we combine all of these things that I'm saying? The albums, the mentality, the bars, combine all of that stuff.
I gotta stop you.
I mean, that's not how I would make a list. That's not how I would make.
Hold on, I got him, bro. I gotta stop you, man. Who's your favorite player, Paul?
My favorite basketball player?
Yes.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Right. So what you're doing right now by putting everything together, you're giving us the LeBron ESPN facts.
Not at all.
Every single thing, how they talk, how they talk about.
Because when we talk about Michael, we still combine the championships, the mentality, the killer instinct. We combine more than just one thing. We don't just stick to just one thing. So we could say on a per game basis. Now, if we talk about freestyles and features, is that like what an all-star game? Because that's not the championship. The album, to me, holds more weight. That's the goal. You have to put that body to work together. Because like I said, to go back to the Fab point, Fab kills mixtapes, kills freestyles. But it's a little bit easier to rap on a beat that somebody else already rapped on, gave you kind of a cadence, gave you an idea, or gave you a scheme, compared to a blank canvas and starting from scratch. So I love Fab. He got a series of freestyles on YouTube right now going crazy. on existing beats with existing flows and things. That's a little easier than from scratch a body of work with a concept. Kendrick makes concepts. He makes thematic albums. I can listen to them all the way through. His albums, and that's not even going into the Grammys and all that sales. What the album itself does, what it encompasses for years, got him getting talked about in school and stuff like that. So
I have a question, right? If we take Good Kid, Mad City, then The Pimp a Butterfly, Mr. Morale, The Big Steppers, right? Not even Section 80, right? Out of those four, really, like, what's the worst album?
To me, I would say different things. To me, I would say Damn, because it's his most commercial album. Mm-hmm. That to me, that was him reaching. He sounded like I've said, like he sounded like I'm making hit records. You know, I got Metro Boomin. I got who's the top producer right now. I'm gonna make a song with them because that's the type of the bounce. Sit down, be humble. We're gonna make a bouncy song for the record for the radio. To me, that would be his worst album. However, it's probably his highest selling album.
Right,
so to your point, right? Yeah, obviously, y'all seen from the full video. Like, I love J. Cole, right? If we take For Your Eyes Only and put it up against Damn, to your point, Paul, it's not even a conversation.
Well, why are we choosing those two? What's the correlation?
I think For Your Eyes Only is J. Cole's worst project.
His worst project?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, no. I think, I mean, I might be the opposite. But maybe that or 2014 Forest Hill Drive. I wasn't really a fan of Forest Hill Drive.
I'm okay with Forest Hills Drive. I like Forest Hills Drive.
You might. To me, those two are his lowest ones. To me, those are his lowest ones. And maybe even KOD, because KOD was just I don't know. It came off preachy or something. Like I said, he got bottom ones. He got some ones that's like a little. And I love Cole. Friday Night Lights and Young Simba, the warm up. Come on, I love Cole and the run he's been on. Love Cole, but them albums be a little, And again, that was one of the biggest. Again, going back to the point of him saying that Kendrick was boring or whatever, that was one of the biggest knocks against Cole, because he would produce his songs and it started sounding monotonous because it was just him producing, him rapping, no features, and he needed a little change up. So that was part of some of the knock against him.